Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome yourself to a video I didn't expect to make. The year is 2018 and we're discussing brand new stuff revolving YUME NIKKI. Quite a strange time period, to say the very least. Quite a strange thing overall. So in case you're not familiar with what I'm going to be discussing today, I'm going to be discussing YUME NIKKI's supposed follow-up, as it's listed, called YUME NIKKI Dream Diary. So I'm going to be explaining my thoughts on what we've seen so far regarding it, my thoughts on just what we've seen overall, am I looking forward to it, my expectations, and so on. Sadly, you know, I highly doubt there's any way to get an early copy of this game or anything of that sort. I could maybe try and somehow get in contact with the dev or the publishers or something and maybe get an early copy, but that's besides the point. Let's talk about YUME NIKKI Dream Diary. So, first off, if you want to look at all this stuff on your own, the Steam link will be in the description below, as well as the sites and whatever else I may mention. For now, though, let's talk about the Steam page and the screenshots that they have up there. So I'm looking at the first screenshot here, and we have... fucking, how do you say her name again? Madotsuki. We have her in, like, this classroom, it seems. The board has, like, this, hand-like object. I swear I've seen that object before. It's some sort of spiritual hand symbol, something of that sort. I forget its name. If you recognize it and you remember the name, please do comment it down below. But I do believe it's what I'm thinking of. Sadly, like I said, I don't remember the name. Alright, quick little interjection, quick little cut, whatever. So this is after I've sat down and recorded this. Let me just mention that I already knew what the symbol, the little hand symbol was. I just forgot what it was called. And it turns out it is the Hamsa, also known as the Kamsa. I hope I'm not pronouncing that incorrectly. I know I probably am. But quick summary of what it is it symbolizes the hand of God. It is a protective sign, apparently, and brings the owner happiness, luck, health, and good fortune. I don't know why exactly that would be on the board and what that maybe represents, but I figured I'd just mention that just in case anyone's too lazy to search it up or just in case I forget. Anyway, draw your conclusions from that back to what I was saying. And I'm not really sure what to make of this. You know, the classroom's all fucked up. Everything's all dark, dim. Madotsuki there has a little lantern, which is nice and all. But there's not much that can really be gotten from this image alone, aside from a couple things. The main thing being is, this game is in some form of 3D. Now, from the looks of it, it's going to be third person, thank God. Can you imagine playing a game like this in first person? That'd be fucking horrifying. This is probably going to be horrifying overall, though, considering the fact that it's in 3D and the fucking weird-ass lighting. But anyway, so that's image 1. Not much can be gathered from that, but whatever. Image 2 is a little more on the creepy side. As you can see, there's like a little shadowy figure. I don't know what to really say about that. Very eerie sort of lighting. Yet again, lantern there. I don't know what else to really say here. There's not too much to comment on a lot of this stuff, admittedly, aside from the whole, you know, 3D side to things. I'm not sure, really, how I feel about the 3D, though, because, you know, as a YUME NIKKI fan, I've become so accustomed to the 2D that this 3D is really throwing me off. I don't know about y'all. Maybe some of you, looking forward to this like this. Maybe some of you really like this. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people also don't like this style change. And that's perfectly understandable, considering the fact that we've become accustomed to this 2D style from YUME NIKKI that has been consistent for a very long time. On to image 3. Sadly, I do not remember the name of this place. However, this is an existing area. What I find a little weird, though, is, you know, she's floating with the balloon, right? But what exactly does that mean? What does this mean in terms of the scale of the place? Is it going to take even longer to run around from places to places? Are we going to be able to see where we can actually go and things of that nature? I really don't know. We're not given too much. They're showing very minimal stuff. And while I kind of appreciate that, so not too much is spoiled, it's also really bad because with such a drastic style change like this, it also means we won't have a clue how this is really going to play until we see either gameplay or the game itself is released. But I do at least appreciate that this is an already existing area. That leaves me to believe that this is maybe not a full-on follow-up, because in the grand scheme of things, not to fully spoil YUME NIKKI, if for some reason you're watching this and don't know the ending to YUME NIKKI, I'm just gonna vaguely mention it. Just based off of that ending, I don't think there's any way for there to be a follow-up. There is no real way to continue from that ending, unless some supernatural stuff is implemented, of course, which maybe there will be, maybe there won't. I'm just saying, it's quite peculiar that a game that ends so directly can have a follow-up, but maybe there is going to be a way. Maybe this is a remaster, remake, rehash, I don't know. It's labeled as a follow-up, but based on the things we've seen, I don't know how accurate that is to what this really is going to be. On to screenshot 4, though. So this one is a lot more simple. We get a bit more of a close-up of our main character here, you know. You get a better look at how she looks in 3D and everything. You got the little console from the original, the TV and all that stuff. But I will say, looking at it now, maybe this isn't the same character. There is the chance that that's the case, but judging from the promotional art, I'll throw one of the promotional arts on screen. I don't know which. I'm pretty sure one features her. Judging on the promotional arts, it leads me to believe it's still the same character we've come to know and love. You know, our wonderful little silent protagonist, but I don't know. Maybe it's not the same character, but there's a high chance it's going to be. I don't know, man. Especially because another one of the promotional arts features a lot of the characters from the original, so that also leads me to believe maybe this is just a remaster. I don't know. On to the last image, though, for the Steam page. This one is a bit more of a gloomy one, and, you know, more deeply rooted in the original, because we got the balcony and all that stuff. It's the exact same setup, except in 3D, of course. And we've just got Madotsuki just there, looking not too happy. So, I'm not really sure what to make of this image. I'm not sure what part of the game this would even take place. Maybe there's like a little animated intro, opening, whatever. I don't know. But I will say, it does pique my interest. Does it pique it a lot? I'm not sure. I'm very iffy, like I said, on the whole 3D thing, but I'm gonna reserve judgment until it comes out. Now, in case you didn't check out the Steam page, and in case you didn't know when this comes out February 23rd. In specific, that's about, what, 4 weeks or so? And it's going to run for a retail price of $20 on Steam. Let's talk about that, shall we? So $20. That might be a bit too steep of a price, in my opinion. Some may argue it's a perfectly fine price. Some may argue it's way too much. Thinking of it like this, I'm not sure $20 is the right price for this. But I'm only saying that because based off of what I've seen, it doesn't seem to be much more than the original YUME NIKKI in 3D plus some other stuff. Maybe there's a completely giant amount of new content in this. I don't know. We won't know until more information is revealed, of course. But unless there's that huge amount of extra content, I personally would say the $20 is not worth it. The reason I say this is because think of it like this. So, YUME NIKKI, the original, is free. You can download it for free. You can get it on Steam for free. If I were to put a price tag on YUME NIKKI, I'd probably put it around like the $10 mark or so. You know, that's kind of the standard indie game price. You know? I'd say $10 is pretty reasonable. Now, for this, I'm not sure $20 is reasonable because I don't know what to expect. And if it is just a rehash of what I already know what to expect, then it's not worth $20. So from there, I'm very iffy on it. I personally will still buy it as a YUME NIKKI fan who wants to see YUME NIKKI grow into something bigger, you know, grow beyond its little cult that it has, if you may call it that. I want to see it grow more and more, because I personally feel YUME NIKKI, while it has had its fair share of attention, I feel like it's still very underappreciated for what it is. It is not just a game. I feel like it's more an experience than anything. Now, you can call that cheesy, you can call that corny, but that's just the truth, at least in my point of view. Last but not least, let's go to the website real quick, and I'll just run through some of the images they have there. Even though I did already mention like a couple of them, I may as well just run through all of them and just discuss them real quick for anyone who's really itching to see it, and for some reason is like, yeah, I can't go on websites. Anyway. So the first page on the website is just fucking Japanese text, and it states, "The dream goes on." Nothing crazy there, nothing super special. Rolls out, then it pops up with the logo and everything. It says rolls out February 23rd, blah blah blah, $20, and that's the little promotional image that they have on the Steam page as well. That's alright, whatever, you know, pretty standard stuff. Second image we have is a little more on the creepy side, but gives me hope. I will describe the image in a second after I read off this one thing from the site. It says, in the original form, RPG maker darling YUME NIKKI was a diversely controversial work among fans. By contrast, YUME NIKKI Dream Diary is a collaborative show of the utmost respect for the auteur Kikiyama's seminal release. The RPG Maker team at, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I know I'm going to butcher it, has paired up with Active Gaming Media's development team of ardent YUME NIKKI fans to bring you this modern indie title in the form of YUME NIKKI Dream Diary. This diverging follow-up combines influences from the original game and other recent indie juggernauts to create something wholly unique. YUME NIKKI Dream Diary was created under supervision and with the full cooperation from the original creator, Kikiyama themselves. We hope it will help to create a whole new wave of fans as we push the envelope in terms of what RPG Maker games can become. Now, I quite like that, but like I said, looking at other things has made me quite suspicious of what to expect. But this little art we got going on here is pretty different. It's pretty darn different from anything from YUME NIKKI, so it leads me to believe, what will become of this? What are we seeing here, you know? Enough of that. Next image. It's not really an image, actually, it's just the videos. And like some creepy background image. You know, typical YUME NIKKI stuff. I'll link the videos as well, just in case you for some reason haven't seen them. But then we have one of the weirder images on the site, and that is these very creepy and bizarre sketches that I don't really know how to describe them, admittedly. They're very grotesque, very YUME NIKKI. Let's see this. Characters that have laid dormant in Kikiyama's imaginations and design documents surfaced 16 years after YUME NIKKI's original release. Okay. So at the very least, you know, there is confirmation of other things that will pop up in it. And here's one of the images I mentioned earlier, the one featuring all of the rather strange characters from the original. You know, our wonderful main character Madotsuki. I know I'm highly pronouncing that incorrectly. I forget what our blob friend here is. I really do. I do recognize him, but I don't remember what he's from. We have our wonderful, I forget the name of the fucking bird bitch, but I do remember them. Blondie from Uboa's house. Our other two very pale friends, who sadly I don't remember the names to. Because the thing is, with a lot of these characters, I don't remember if they have official names or not, because a lot of them are just fan-made names, or just names that people came to the conclusion of calling them that based on files. But last but not least, we have a really nice image, actually. I made this art in my background, I'm not gonna fucking lie. And this one, I don't really take too much from this. I don't really take too much from this. This reminds me of the area where you can summon the umbrella and take down the fire and everything and move on from there. But it doesn't seem to be that area. It might be a similar area, but it does not seem to be the same thing. So with that, I do believe that's all we can really discuss about YUME NIKKI. I feel like maybe there's one or two things that I have missed, but overall, that's all we know and all we've seen about YUME NIKKI for now. If any new shit comes up, if any new big developments come up regarding the game and things of that nature, I'll be glad to update you guys and I'll be glad to keep you covered on that. Here's to YUME NIKKI Dream Diary hopefully being a very wonderful game, and to a nice and wonderful future to whatever else YUME NIKKI may have in the future. Anyways, folks, if you have enjoyed this video, of course, be sure to drop a like as well as a comment. Be sure to subscribe if you're really feeling it, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye-bye.